good, YouTube? It's your boy, Breezy, aka Youngwood, aka What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Breezy, aka Youngwood, aka the last Uchiha man, and I'm back with another reaction video. So today, bro, look at time it is, bro. Bro, it's 3:16 in the morning, bro. That's how you know I'm grinding, bro. I'll be up all night, bro. Come on. But today we're gonna be reacting to two true horror stories animated. So now boy Mort channel, man. Check his channel out. Mort. I'll be watching his videos, you feel me? I'll be watching all these animation stuff. But yeah. You like this video, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, man, we're gonna get straight into the video. If my thing is zoom in. But yeah, let's get into it.
I've had a few delivery jobs that have given me the creeps. One or two that I was pretty sure I was about to be robbed. Another was a gunfight between gang members unfolding in the street I was delivering to, right as I was turning onto it. But these are just occupational hazards. Yeah, it sucks, but I guess you do get over them. Only one delivery job really, truly terrified me. The only one that scares me to think about even today. So we get an order from an address that none of us drivers had ever delivered to before. This normally causes some suspicion among us since we're always pretty wary whenever delivering to a new address. A fair few first-time deliveries have resulted in an address getting blacklisted. Sometimes they try to stiff you for money or some other scam to get free pizza.
So they blacklist address it. Oh, I mean, obviously it's just you telling a story, but I wonder if they do that for real. They probably do, like if you order and like you don't pay, something like that. They gotta take the piece all the way back. I don't know.
Generally speaking, the drivers take turns delivering to a new address, and this time, it just so happened to be my turn. So once the order is completed and the pizzas are boxed up, I take them out to my car and punch the address into my sat-nav. It turns out the address is right on the edge of our delivery area, pretty much in the middle of absolute nowhere. It dawns on me that this could be the oldest trick in the book. Call the pizza into some hard-to-reach location, then demand it to be free once it takes more than 45 minutes to deliver. But, to my relief, I make it out onto this old dirt road with time to spare. Yet my relief doesn't last long, not when I see the state of the address I'm delivering to. The house is so run down it looks like a squat, like it's been commandeered by...
We're gonna pause this. I'll give you something to drink. Yeah, I'll be back.
24 hours later.
Alright, I'm back. Get back comfortable, you know. Earphones stuck, okay. Had to give me something to drink. I don't need to drink soda, but you know, fuck it. I'm thirsty. Yeah, let's get back into it.
by the homeless as a place to avoid sleeping rough. There's a musty old pickup in the driveway, its wheels all askew from years of
This nigga said musty old pickup or musty. That nigga said musty. Nigga clown.
misuse. I mean, the place was just the very definition of haunted house. Needless to say, I wasn't expecting a particularly generous tip. As I take the pizzas out from the passenger seat of my car, I start hearing this faint, whining noise. My ears prick up immediately and I freeze, trying to work out just what the sound is and where it's coming from. I come to realize it's the sound of a violin being played, but more accurately, it was the sound of a violin being played very badly. These discording noises carried on as I walked up the dirt pathway toward the porch and the front door. The sound of some old violin bow being dragged across dry old strings that were way out of tune. Creepy, sure, but that's not what terrified me. When I knocked on the front door, the screaming cat violin sounds ceased instantly. A few moments of silence went by before I began to hear slow, heavy footsteps growing steadily closer. I can't be certain, but I'm almost sure I heard someone breathing on the other side. These heavy, labored breaths as I waited for the door to open. The silence was broken by a metallic snap of the door unlocking, before hurried footfalls sounded on the other side. Someone had unlocked the door, then scampered away from it as if they were overtly skittish about visitors. Hello? I got your pizza order here. I remember asking, feeling the tension rise as silence once again engulfed the scene. Come inside, mister. A childish voice came from the other side. I wanted to just turn tail and run at this point, but returning to the pizza place without the money for the pizzas would definitely mean a verbal or written warning from my manager.
Listen, as me, I'm just gonna have to get a written warning, verbal, whatever. I'm not going to no house. Listen, if you deliver somebody food, bro, you never supposed to go in their house, bro. They supposed to meet you right there at the door or something. Simple. Or if they don't come, listen, they're not trying to meet me at the door, I'm leaving. I'm not going to your house. Come on, dude. Get back into it though.
I already had one for turning up late. I couldn't afford another. So reluctantly, I took hold of the door handle, turned it, and walked inside. The interior of the house was bathed in darkness, only a handful of weak oil lamps to give me any sense of the layout. A figure was crouched on a nearby sofa, the old violin laying next to it.
There's 15 on the table there, mister.
The person sounded like a child, but they looked bigger than they should have. On the small, dusty coffee table in front of the couch, there's a pile of change in little piles. Normally, I'd have taken issue with this, but to be honest, I was desperate to get out of there at that point. I'd have taken any form of currency. As I stooped down to start sliding the little piles of coins into my cupped palm, I started to hear the kid's labored breathing again, but I dared not look towards him. I could see its legs in my peripheral vision, and even then, I could see how unnaturally long they were. This person was not a child.
Sorry about the coins, mister. I saved them up. I saved them all up to afford this treat for myself. It's all I have.
I had told the person not to worry in the sunniest disposition I could muster. The last thing I wanted to do at this point was upset them. I pocketed the coins, barely having counted them.
Shit give me
I'd
chills.
come up with a difference myself if I needed to. Like I said, I just wanted to get out of there. But as I turned to leave, hastily thanking the person, I caught a glimpse of the person's face in the low light of the oil lamps. They were burned, horribly burned up and down their arms and chest. The scarred flesh extended all the way up their face and head. Only the person's features were obscured by a small rubber mask. The mask didn't even cover up their entire face, only a small central portion that concealed their eyes, nose, and mouth. The only thing I could really make out was that the mask had a long wooden nose, kind of like the puppet Pinocchio, whose nose would grow whenever he told lies. The small carved eyes were blank. I averted my gaze from the mask and was unable to return it. It was one of the most hideously sad and scary things I'd ever laid eyes on. Just as I had reached the front door, I heard that same childlike voice emanating behind me.
Want to hear me play a song, mister?
Before I even had the chance to answer, to tell them I was too busy with deliveries to hang out, they had grabbed the old violin next to them and began to whine out of tune. Although the strings were almost totally out of tune, I started to make out the tune they were trying for. You know the one. If you go down in the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go down in the woods today, you better go in disguise. For every bear that ever there was will gather there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic.
Yeah.
I was in the back of the driver's seat of my car before you could say, "Nope, I'm out," scrambling to start the engine so I could make a quick getaway. I don't think they had any intention of hurting me. I certainly wasn't as in much danger as when those idiot Crip and Blood wannabes decided to shoot it out like right in front of my car. But something about that place still creeps back into my mind while I lay there in darkness trying to sleep. Something that means I'll never, ever make another delivery there. I'll quit, before I go back. I'm ashamed.
Okay, that was the first story, bro. That shit crazy, bro. That shit like weird. That shit give me nigga chills and shit, bro. You see, man, this is why I don't need to be up at this time doing these type of videos. That shit scary, bro. That shit crazy. Hold on, me up. But yeah, like, I don't know about that. That shit scary. Hey, man, you see how long this video is? This video 14 minutes. So I'm gonna have to cut this up into like another part for the next one. 'Cause it's only two stories. It's two stories. So, well, yeah, that was the first one.